and you're taking a look at 49-49, and a lot of these numbers are similar to what we've seen the entire series, including the turnovers for the Cavaliers. For the 5th straight game, they have at least 10 turnovers in the first half. That could be the difference down the stretch. Welcome back inside the studio, Maria Taylor, the Hall of Famers, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Carmelo Anthony. Hey, listen, the Raptors led this by as many as 10. Cleveland went on an 11-2 run to tie it up. But let's start with what the Raptors were doing well to start out the first.
They're 2 stars. That's well, first of all, 20 points in the paint. So that means Scottie Barnes is being aggressive. They're getting in the paint, as well as RJ Barrett. You see here, they see the matchup they want, a la James Harden or Donovan Mitchell. They're going after attacking the rim, getting the ball on the backboard. If they don't make it, they're hoping for an offensive rebound. Here, another guy being aggressive, Scottie Barnes, seeing the matchup he wants, being aggressive. Their defense, earlier, their defense was creating offense where they didn't have to play against a set defense, easy layup. So right now, they were active hands that kind of got in the mud late in the game, but they were active hands developing a lead. Scottie Barnes shooting the 3. I like to see him in the paint often, more times than not, but when the 3 is there, shoot it. He's shooting with confidence. He's really putting his team on his back, along with RJ. They don't want to go home. They want to win this game, and if they're going to win, it's because of those guys being aggressive.
They combined for 23 points in that first half. Meanwhile, for the Cavaliers, another slow start. T-Mac, you kind of talked about it in the pregame show. That's what we've continued to see from them. But things did change when we got to the end of the second quarter. What did you notice?
Well, I noticed that Donovan became a little bit more aggressive, right? I thought he should have came out that way. He and James, to me, is just too passive for a Game 7. James only had 5 shots in the first half, and Donovan 9 shots. But they did a great job of closing out the quarter, and I thought Toronto, having that lead, did a poor job of closing out this quarter instead of building on their lead and letting Cleveland get back in this game. I suspect that these 2 guys are going to come out a little bit more aggressive and turn the volume up a little bit on the offensive end and make a run for this dub tonight.
They combined for 5 of 14 shooting, 17 points in that first half, Melo.
No, I go back to James. I keep saying it. I go back to James. I go back to Donovan. It's on them. To T-Mac's point, you can't start the game off that way. To us, if watching the game, it felt like, yo, Mac, you go.
Yeah.
No, Melo, you go. No, VC, you go. Yeah. No, today,
I got it.
One of y'all, both of y'all go. And I think Donovan had, he started to take on the initiative of just being the more aggressive guy out there. And I do think it was first half. I think they was trying to figure out the game, see what was going to happen. Veterans like to let the game come to them. So second half, I think they'll be much better in the second half. I think they got the first half out the way. I think James, got the passiveness out the way, and hopefully got the passiveness out the way in the first half. Second half, it's go time.
It's got to be go time. Listen, we talked about a lot. Donovan Mitchell plays well at home during this series, averaging 31 points and shooting at 50% from the field. This is what go time looks like. They're going to need more of it in the second half, all knotted up at 49.
Spot left now in the conference semifinals. That's going to go to either Cleveland or Toronto, playing tonight on NBC. Meantime, well, let's stick on that for a second. We'll get to New York, Philly in a second. How do you see it, Shaq, tonight with Toronto staying alive on that RJ Barrett shot the other night and now going to Cleveland?
Toronto is definitely very confident, playing well. I'm scared for Cleveland because they have 2 guys on the same team that for the past couple of years, when we need them to show up, they have not showed up. I want them to show up. Hopefully they show up. I need one of them to have a spectacular game. Either one of those players can explode for 40 or more points. I need that for tonight. But Toronto, listen, Toronto is a bunch that you're going to have to really put away, because if you give them a chance to fight back, they will fight and claw, and if you give them an opportunity to win, they will find ways to win. But I'm more concerned for Cleveland, especially being at home. I need one of those guys to have a monstrous game. Tobias had a monstrous game. I need one of those superstars to have a monstrous game. Can they do it?
Mitchell's had 30 a couple of times in this series, but he has not had even 25 in the last 4 in this series. Does he explode tonight?
There's some defensive perimeter by the Toronto Raptors that is elite, and not just good. I'm even talking about when you put, Scottie Barnes and you put Andre Barrett and you put Shed, who's like the other version of what's my man from Off
What you're
Night.
saying is not matching this video,
like
by the way.
Jaden McDaniels.
What you're saying is not matching this video, by the way. Man can score whenever he put his head
Well,
down.
he hasn't been scoring whenever he wants because he's not getting to 25, especially when a guy who's a volume shooter. So that also comes with the defense and making you take tougher shots. But the other part of that is both of them are playing defense. They have to defend certain times where they probably in games could concentrate on their offense and then someone else would play. But no, they're like, we're going at your head. And we're going to create matchup problems, and we're going to switch to make James and make Donovan, who are smaller in their positions at times, guard bigger players.
You have a serious look of concern.
Sick 'em, Chuck. Get 'em, boy.
First of all, I don't know what you're talking about. If you're James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, you're two of the best offensive players in the NBA.
Okay. Thanks, Chuck.
You have done zero this series.
Why?
Because you're starting to get the reputation, and James has earned his. You talked that stuff about Orlando the other night. It's starting to act like James and Donovan, when the lights get bright, they can't handle it. James already has that reputation. Donovan is starting to get the reputation. You're playing against a team that you're better than. Because think about this. Donovan had home court last year and stunk up the joint against Indiana. You make the big trade and lose. You make the big trade to go get James Harden. So you're like, now we are ready.
Two dynamic scorers.
And they have not played well. Donovan Mitchell, he's went 4 straight playoff games and not had over 25. Don't tell me you're a star if you can't get me to. And Shaq, we do agree on this. Like during the regular season, you're going to have some highs and lows. But during the playoffs, your averages should go up. I don't care who's guarding you because you're going to play more minutes. But so I'm disappointed in Jared Allen. I'm disappointed in Mobley. But the two guys who are disappointed me the most are James and Donovan.
Real quick, the Philadelphia 76ers, after knocking out the Boston Celtics, now go to New York. Knicks have home court. With Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, how do you rate Philadelphia's chances against New York?
Well, Tyrese Maxey played excellent ball, mixed the game up, put his head down, got past the defense to play well. And Joel Embiid, I'm not going to say anything about Joel Embiid. Turn the camera on me. That's what I got to say about Joel Embiid. Give me my camera one. Hurry up. He knows what that means.
I think we all do. What do you?
Joel.
You know what though?
I know you and your son watching. That's what I'm talking about. From the Lord Supreme of the Big Man Alliance, I salute you, big man. You play like a real big man.
34, 12, and 6 in game.
Say it again, Ernie.
34, 12, and 6.
One more time, Ernie.
Yep.
34, 12, yes.
You know, and when you look at that Boston team without Tatum, and if you look at matchup after matchup, you're talking about Maxey and Edgecombe, and we talked about those guys having advantages. And then all of a sudden, Joel is semi-healthy, or like 90%. Yeah. And we're not even talking about Paul George. They had a better lineup than the Boston Celtics the other day. When Joel Embiid is in the Philadelphia 76 lineup and he's all-star or better, or if he's close to MVP, it's a different thing. But if he's all-star or better, they have a better lineup than 85% of the NBA. So their lineup is there. They just have to be there and be healthy and no distractions.
30 seconds.
The big winner last night was the New York Knicks.
Getting home court. I think this is a pick'em series. I think shout out to Joel, he played great. Obviously, Max has been great all year. Paul George has really stepped up. But I thought the big winner last night was the New York Knicks, going from having to go on the road to now they're at home. It's a quick turnaround. Joel's got to stay healthy. But, man, I think that's a 7-game series. I think it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out. And I think it's a pick'em series. Sixers and Knicks get going tomorrow night in New York. We've got game 2 of that series on ESPN on Wednesday.
There's no other spot I'd want to be, right, in this situation. That's it. All right? But we just did the job we were supposed to do. Right? That's all we were supposed to do. So let's get some rest. Make sure you're doing all your recovery and all that right. Let's make sure we get our rest, recovery. Tomorrow's a big day for us. We'll get our prep stuff, and we'll be ready to go on Tuesday. Right? Great job, fellas.
Tobias.
We learn every series we have. We definitely learned a lot in this series right here, but just feel this feeling right now.
Detroit wins the battle of teams that Kenny played for in his last season in the NBA.